Hi Sue, my name's Bethany. I'm going to be your audiologist today. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Yes, did you have a nice weekend?
It was wet all weekend. I spent it cleaning out cupboards. So
that's exciting.
So this morning I've had to go around to all the bins in the neighbourhood and put all my extra junk in them.
Sounds like a great weekend in the rain. So I'll just run through what today is going to entail. So I'm just going to have a chat with you about your history of your hearing, and then we're going to do a couple of hearing tests, and then we'll just discuss the results and any possible management tactics that we can take. It's going to take about an hour. So do you have any questions before we start?
No,
all good?
No.
All right, so what brings you here today?
Well, I always struggle with my hearing in situations where there's other noise. So even in the kitchen, if maybe the kettle's on and I'm talking to my husband, I can't hear him properly.
Right.
And my husband has to really be facing me so that I could hear him. If he's washing stuff in the sink or facing the wrong way, I can't hear him speaking to me.
All right. No worries. So do you notice your hearing in general is lower than it used to be? Or is it just within background noise that you struggle the most?
I think it's only background noise that I struggle the most, although my husband does say he thinks my hearing's getting worse.
Okay. No worries. And do you find you experiencing any sort of ringing or noises in your ears?
Oh, look, I do have a continual little buzz, but it's not significant and it doesn't particularly worry me. I seem to be able to block it out most of the time.
Oh, that's good. And do you find is it just on one side or is it both sides?
I think it's only my left side.
On the left side. All right. And do you ever experience any sort of dizziness or spinning or become unbalanced?
Look, I do, but I had a stroke 6 months ago, so I think it's more associated with that than anything else, because I didn't experience that problem before my stroke.
Okay, and after your stroke, did you notice a change in your hearing?
I'm not sure.
Not sure?
No, I'm not sure. I've just noticed my husband's been saying lately that my hearing's getting worse, so maybe that's associated with the stroke, but I hadn't thought about it before today.
All right. And was your stroke on one particular side?
It affected my left side.
Left side. So with your tinnitus on the left side, has that just come since the stroke, or was that
No, I've always had that.
No worries. And do you have a family history of hearing loss?
Yes, my father was born deaf in one ear and he suffered tinnitus.
Tinnitus, yeah.
And my sister has meninges. Meninges, that's it.
Gee, all right.
Severe meninges, I should say. She's in a wheelchair.
Oh, no. Have you ever been tested for meninges, or have you had?
No, but I don't think I've ever had any reason to be tested.
Yeah. And have you had any surgeries on your ear, nose, or throat at all?
As a child, I had my adenoid scraped. So when I was 4.
All right. Okay. And so tell me a bit about yourself, some social situations you are involved in. Do you still work?
No, I don't work anymore.
So is any social situations, do you go out with friends? Do you have any clubs or societies that you're a part of?
I am, but I think the only time I feel it really affects my hearing is when you're in a noisy environment, when you go out for dinner with a group of friends, and I can generally only hear the person sitting either side of me, and the person across from me I often find very difficult. So if it's just a few people going out, we try and sit close together.
Okay. Well, I'll just run through some goals with you of areas you want to see improvement in your hearing. These are called cozy goals, and we can make up to 5, and then we can come back to them in subsequent appointments and see how your hearing is tracking.
Okay.
So you've already said that you have trouble in background noise. So when you're at home with the kettle or the TV or the dishwasher on in the background, is that something that situations you want to be able to hear better in?
Well, yes, that would be great. I mean, it's when you're in your own home environment, it's very controllable, and I guess if there's more than just my husband, if it's my family round to dinner, it becomes important to be able to hear them.
So more in small to large groups of people.
Yes.
So, and in restaurants as well. Is that more important to be able to hear people in a restaurant setting with background noise than in the home?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
How many people in your family?
I have 4 children, so I guess 6 in our family.
So we'll say a background noise in a restaurant up to 6 people. Do you have any issues listening to the TV at home?
Yes,
radio?
It's up very loud, and my husband never complains about it being loud, but I've often, when I've had to go outside, I can hear the TV outside, and I feel a bit embarrassed that maybe I'm keeping the neighbours, they can hear what I'm watching on TV. So I would like to be able to deal with that maybe.
Okay, no worries. And how do you go on the phone listening to people?
It's difficult. I do find with my mobile phone very difficult to use. We don't have a home phone, but I just use my mobile. And my husband is very difficult to hear on his phone. So it might, sometimes it's the other person's phone that's playing up, or their situation where it's cutting in, cutting out every second syllable, and I find that very frustrating.
So would you like to be able to hear people better and clearer on the mobile phone?
Yes, definitely. Because I do tend to text now because it's easier.
Okay. All right, so that's some good things that we can work with. And we'll just run some hearing tests and get an idea of where your hearing is at. So the results of the test show that you've got more of a high frequency loss. So those higher pitched sounds, they do seem a bit softer to you. So you're missing like the ends of words, so the ends consonants, which you might struggle with, or those softer sounds. But we expect this as we age. They're the first sounds to always be lost. But your speech discrimination was very good, which gives us hope that with a little bit of amplification, you were getting completely normal scores. So in terms of that, I would recommend hearing aids, because your hearing is quite good, your speech clarity is quite good, and your discrimination, it's just a matter of boosting your hearing just a little bit, so then you're getting enough sound into your ears, so then you can actually discriminate what people are saying. And so is that something that you'd be interested in trying?
Yes. Yeah. I would, as long as I know now you can have very small hearing aids that that aren't noticeable to everyone. I wouldn't be interested in something big.
Yeah, of course. No, they are quite small these days, and they come in all different styles, like behind the ear, or ones that sit in your canal where you can see it, or ones that sit deep in your canal where you can't see it at all.
I have arthritis in my fingers, so it had to be something that's not too fiddly.
Yeah, okay. Well, the behind the ears would probably be the ones I would recommend. They do have a battery door, but they're not that hard, not too fiddly. They do have buttons, but you don't have to program those buttons either, so you can even connect them to your iPhone and use your phone to adjust it instead, so it's a bit bigger buttons, a bit easier.
Oh, wow, lovely.
Yeah, so how about we meet back in a few weeks? I'll give you time to go home and think about it, talk about it with your husband. And yeah, I know it can be a little daunting initially to think about having hearing aids, so we'll just give you some time to think about it. Do you have any questions before we finish?
How expensive are they?
It ranges. It depends on what level you get, because you've got the base level, which I think will be fine for you, and it just depends on which style you end up getting and which brand. So I can't really discuss prices, unfortunately.
Okay then.
All right.
Right. So you'll just show me a range of price of them next time.
Yes.
Okay then. Lovely.
Okay. All right. Well, it's lovely to meet you, Sue.
Yes, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All
sounds
right,
good.
then, that sounds great.